I do think if you can answer the questions on UWorld, you can definitely answer the questions on the NCLEX. Hi guys, my name is Getsia Lamide Adebaran, and welcome back to Living Life with Your Favorite Nurse. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share and all that fun stuff. So today is a really simple video. I just want to talk about UWorld and how I believe it helped me to pass in 75 questions and how to use it properly, because there's a lot of people that actually still did use UWorld and failed that I know of. So I feel like there might be a way to use it wrongly, but this is just my opinion. So when it came to UWorld, I bought the 6 months package. I think it was 6 months. It was a lengthy time, which is what I got. I didn't activate it till June because I took my exam in July and I still had 3 months left on it because I was scared I might fail. So I did that then. So the way I used UWorld, I did not activate it when I thought it was time to study. What I did was I also had the Saunders book, and I went through the Saunders book and I read, I made notes, and I studied with the Saunders book. Then when I had my notes compiled, I studied my notes further and just kept teaching myself and teaching myself. And then I activated UWorld and started now doing the questions pertaining to what I studied. The reason I feel it's not good to just go straight into UWorld is because you don't really know what you don't know, and I guess it kind of teaches you that, but it's good kind of just to go over what you learned before, what you know, and re-jog your memory, because you're re-jogging your memory by answering questions, and then you're answering questions about something else, and it's really scattered. You may remember it this time, but you might not remember it the other time. So I really wanted to use UWorld to kind of test my knowledge and confirm that I know what I actually know. A lot of people just use that entirely to study, and I did hear a lot of people failed that way, and you know, everybody to their own. Still probably a lot of people just passed using UWorld, but I don't think you should just use it and answer questions. I truly do think you need to study and see where, you know, you're not very strong in, and definitely the rationales are very important. You can also make notes with the rationales. Don't just say, oh, I got this question wrong. Don't go to the next question. Read the rationale, write down whatever you missed, and then move on. And you can also add that to your notes as well. I had my notes and I still wrote in red pen everywhere, you know, rationales from UWorld. In regards to UWorld and people asking, is it harder than the NCLEX? It's a hard question. I would say yes and no, which is not really answering the question. Let me think about this one. I do think if you can answer the questions on UWorld, you can definitely answer the questions on the NCLEX. That I agree. Yes, that makes sense. A lot of the questions I saw on UWorld were very similar to a lot of the questions I saw on my NCLEX. How? I'm not sure, but they weren't exactly the same. I just thought a lot of the concepts were the same, and I don't know if that's very helpful or not, but if you understood the concept in UWorld, then I think you can understand the concept in the NCLEX. Truthfully, if you do understand a concept in UWorld, there's no reason you shouldn't understand that same concept in the NCLEX. I also thought UWorld's questions were a lot thicker than the NCLEX questions. A lot of the NCLEX questions I got, like, or a couple sentences, if at most. Like, UWorld had so much content in their questions, which made it like even harder, I thought. So that's why I also like to say, like, yes, it's harder, because the NCLEX questions looked more simpler and were shorter. So in a way, that's why it was a little bit easier. So that's why I say yes and no. I know that was kind of a confusing answer. So a lot of people say, is UWorld worth it? I would absolutely say UWorld is worth it. They're not paying me to say this. They don't know me. I truly think that it is one of the reasons I passed, and I passed in 75 questions. I think it's worth the buy. You may not need the 6 months. You can get shorter than that. But I think to test your knowledge and prepare you for the exact same looking type of concept, same concept questions, then it's going to definitely help you. It feels like, you know, it looks like the NCLEX looks exactly like UWorld, so it felt like I was sitting in my bed, well, with a bunch of times of anxiety, but I was sitting in my bed answering my UWorld questions. So it helps in that comfort, whatever. That was pretty good. And like I say, the questions looked very similar, other than the fact that the NCLEX questions were actually a little bit shorter. So I think it's worth it. I think the content that is there is really good. The rationales are so detailed. By answering questions, you're actually still studying, not just answering questions, but that doesn't change the fact that you still need to, you know, read on your own. But it definitely helps you, you know, get the info you need from just answering that question, whether you got it right or wrong. So that is really important with your studying. You can go back and look at your questions and your answers and things like that. So I think that's really good. Compared to Hearst and things like that, I didn't use Hearst, so I wouldn't know. And I know like people might say UWorld is overrated, but I do think it's worth the buy. Again, you probably don't have to get the extended months, like 6 months, but if you can get it for a couple months, I would definitely suggest doing it, and doing it after you've done quite a bit of studying, because I think that makes it worth it. So this video isn't meant to be crazy long. There's not much to say. That's kind of just what I think about UWorld and how to use it. So I hope everyone has an absolutely blessed week. Let me know if you get it. Let me know how it's working for you. Let me know if you guys think it's useful, or definitely say other resources that you guys use that can be helpful to other people, and maybe people can see in your comments, or I can make another video about other resources. I'll definitely have a video about the Saunders book, which I believe everybody should absolutely have. But good luck to everybody. Let me know how you guys are doing, and I know together everyone will become an amazing nurse. Have a blessed week and keep living life from your favorite nurse.